Good evening, Mallards fans, and welcome back to another edition of Pregame from the Pond, Madison Mallard Pregame Show. Derek Brizendine alongside Alec Dopp. And Alec, what a great first game it was for the Mallards.
Yeah, absolutely. Way to get off on a good note for the Mallards against a tough opponent, obviously. Definitely a great win all around. We saw some good pitching in the first game. Really a great showing from the bats all around, up and down the lineup for the Mallards, and it was definitely well needed.
And lacrosse, they just came out. It was flat. I know it was hot out, but it seemed like that heat kind of got to them a little bit because they just came out flat, and it wasn't until about midway through the game that they finally started getting some hits, putting some hits together, getting a home run here or there, and it just didn't seem like they came out completely ready to go.
Yeah, and that's kind of surprising because as we've seen over the course of this season, they've been one of the best, hitting teams in the Northwoods League for sure with Mason McCoy, who we saw at shortstop today at the top of the lineup. He drew a couple walks, but the Mallards actually held him hitless today, which is a big accomplishment for them. He's leading the league in batting average, 383 coming into today. So a huge accomplishment for the Mallards there. But, some days you just don't have it. And I'm sure we're going to see a better swinging ball club from lacrosse in the second game, to be sure.
We got to give a lot of credit to Grant Sprenger, though. He was absolutely incredible out there on the mound today. And he did a great job of keeping the Mallards ahead. The bats did their job, but Sprenger did his as well.
Yeah, definitely. You mentioned keeping the Mallards ahead, and that's one of the key things that he was able to do successfully today is get ahead. Get ahead in the count, just working the fastball and that side swiping kind of curveball he has from the left side of the mound. And that was really an inconsistent pitch for him earlier in the season. But, earlier today we saw a Grant Sprenger who really could command that curveball. And it really, a lot of soft contact, a lot of fly ball contact for Grant, a lot of easy outs for the outfield at the Mallards. And, that was one of the big reasons they were able to come out on top.
And then the new guy, Brad Bogle, and he came out. He pitched a couple innings, a little rough, but he's also had some time off. So it's going to take him a little bit of time to get back into it. And then Josh Pierce came out and closed out the game, and he's continuing to get better. And you love to see that.
Yeah, and the bullpen has been up and down. And, the bullpen has a lot of high-end talent, especially with all-stars now that we were just announced earlier today. Mike Kalen, we all obviously know about. Vince Arobio coming out of the bullpen. But, Josh Pierce and Bogle, who we just added today, two solid outings from them this afternoon to start the doubleheader. And Josh Pierce really got off to a tough start at the beginning of this year, and he's struggled with consistency from time to time. And it was good to see him pitch a couple scoreless innings for the Mallards today.
And you mentioned all-stars. And as we look into that, a big congratulations to the guys that got named to the all-star team. You mentioned Mike Kalen, Vince Arobio, but also we want to give a big congratulations to Gene Ramirez, Anthony Gonsolin, and Logan Regner, all very well deserved.
Oh, absolutely. And Regner had Gonsolin had a tough day at the plate today. He only reached base once with the walk in the top of the first, but he put the ball in play all game long, and other than that, we didn't get to see Logan today or Gene in the first game, but I'm sure we're going to see them in the second game, and it's really a great honor to be named to the Northwoods League All-Star team, and for the Mallards to have 5 guys, that's no small accomplishment. So congratulations to them.
And Anthony Gonsolin, very well deserved on his behalf. You mentioned didn't really do much at the plate today, but what I love about his game is he hustles no matter what. He always gives 110%. He came sprinting out of the box on a walk. And so there's no doubt in my mind that he, along with his fellow teammates, deserve to be all-stars. This is just a team, never quits, always exciting to watch.
Yeah, there's no quit in this team, and we've seen that time and again this year, especially last night with the walk-off from J.J. Gould, to cap that incredible comeback. I mean, to, be down 7-4 and then, string together 4 runs in the last 2 innings. I mean, we've seen it time and again, kind of like I just mentioned, and, it really comes from, just enthusiasm, to be honest. You can just tell it from, how they act, how they carry themselves on the field, really. And, just speaking to Gonsolin specifically, I know he was really, he pitched last night, had a rough go at it, but I know he was talking to Donnie in the clubhouse earlier today. He's like, I got a little bit more in the tank. And he wasn't able to pitch in this game, the first game of the doubleheader, but, he could tell he really just wanted to be on the field.
And love to see that from him. Hopefully we see him back out there in the second game because he's a key part to this Mallards lineup. One guy we're going to be seeing out on the mound, we thought we'd be seeing him in the first game, but actually we're going to see him in the second game, Logan Browning.
Yeah, Logan. We've seen him here at the Duck Pond, a couple times in relief, and that's really what his role used to be full time, out of the bullpen, because Donnie just wants to make sure he's comfortable in the new situation. He's a freshman coming off his freshman college season with Florida, and it's going to be interesting to see how he handles his first start because he's got that he can touch 92. He's only 5'7". That's in and of itself that's pretty amazing, but he's got good stuff, and it's going to be a fun watch.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm excited for this game. Ready to get going, looking for the sweep of lacrosse. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you back here later on in the week.